Welcome to another episode of Solar Powers, where we talk all things energy. For all your energy tips, latest trends, news, and tech shift in the renewable space. So let's just jump into it. So today we want to talk about load management. How important this thing is. When we have our installer, our solar system installed, we have load. It's important to manage it. Whether you have a solar system or no solar system, it's important to manage your load efficiently and be in a position to add on energy efficiency to your load. This helps in terms of distressing the grid. The grid can be stressed if the load is too much. That's why I always be told, switch off your kettle, switch off your geysers and everything. So coming back to solar system, it's always very important to manage your load. This should not be a winter, cloudy, or rain season kind of thing. Load management should be part of, it should be an integral part of your solar system for optimization and longevity of your equipment. Because as long as you manage your system, your load properly, your system will last you longer. So this is what we want to talk about. So there are a couple of tips that we want to send your way. Use your power when you need it the most. Use your power when you need it the most. It's important. However, I'll say this. Winter, cloudy, and rainy periods is most importantly just to make sure you manage and you don't be found wanting in the dark, obviously. But what's most important is to be in a position to use your power when you need it. If you are using one room, not all house need to be lights on or certain components on. If they are not being used, why not switch them? So it's important to manage your load and use your power when you need them, so that you minimize being found in the dark. Go energy efficient. Your lighting should be very much energy efficient. You will notice that when you manage your load and you have solar, you might end up having solar to operate your loads at most probably 50 to 80%, and have maybe 20 to 30% coming from electricity. How cool would that be? I think that's very important, because when you put solar, you want to see that investment putting money back into your pocket. So by load management, what you're simply doing, you want to put yourself in a position where you can really then measure the load that you're using against what you're generating from your solar, vis-a-vis if you can reduce a bit of usage of your electricity and use the solar during the day, a bit of battery at night, and then you add on electricity as and when it's available. Your load can be increased during the peak time of solar generation and reduced in proportion to the generation of solar. Like, for example, early mornings, your load is reduced. You're only running most probably the critical essentials. Then when you hit 9 o'clock, you can increase your load. You put in all the pumps. If you want to microwave something, if you want to use a small stove, if you want to use a pump, you can use it in that period all the way down to 3 p.m. Because in that period, your panels are generating power at optimum production. So that's the time you can increase load and then control it in those spaces, like 6 to 9 a.m. you control the load. Then 3 to 6 p.m. you control the load, because as the sun goes down and your load is maintained up, it only means that it will start drawing from your battery. So by the time real darkness comes, your battery may end up lasting you just a few hours instead of the whole night, right? Because of those dynamics of failure to manage the load. And always prioritize the charging of your battery. Like early morning, you'd rather reduce your main loads and allow the early morning to start charging your battery, maybe all the way to around 9 or 10. By that time, we expect, if it's lithium battery, to be fully charged. Then you can kick in extra load beyond that. So yeah, just a tip. Look at load management to make sure your system work at its optimum and give you